Hi everyone, today I just want to talk about 5 alcohol tips that you can use before going on your alcohol-free sober journey. When I first stopped quitting alcohol, in 2017, I quit for 5 years. I actually never even thought about Googling or researching any help, and I think I would have really benefited from knowing just a few tips about how to prepare. There are loads of ups and downs on the journey, but I think having that preparation phase rather than going kind of cold turkey would have really helped me in the first coming months. And the first tip that I wish I knew was just write down. I wish someone had told me to write down the reason why. Why am I quitting alcohol? And that can also be the reasons why. And there are so many reasons why we want to quit putting this poison in our mouth. Poor sleep, no energy, you're overweight, you're doing poor at work, you've been stuck in the same job for ages, you've started courses and started college and university and failed, you're falling out with friends and family, you're lethargic, you've got no money, you've got no savings. I mean, we all know that it's absolutely endless, all the troubles that alcohol brings you. But what I suggest is go get a piece of paper and actually write them down. And one of the good things about writing stuff down like that is when you do get cravings, you can always come back and look at your list and think, as a reminder, this is why I quit alcohol. So write down all the reason why that you want to actually quit yourself. So the second part is to just prepare your environment. And I think this is really important. And the first major thing is to clear your house of all the alcohol. The last thing you want to do on a Friday night is open up a random fridge and you're looking for a special sauce that you kind of hid away normally, or you're in a cupboard that you don't normally use and there staring in front of you is your favourite drink. You just don't want that. So just clear all the alcohol out of your house, pour it down the sink, donate it to friends, or do whatever you want to do with it. Another thing is just to keep your house actually tidy. I think there's nothing better when you're starting a new chapter is to just actually clean your house, and especially your bedroom, just somewhere that's really nice where you can go there at like 9-10 o'clock at night when you're going to bed. Everything's really nice. Set up your office desk as well if you work from home. Just make everything really good for this new chapter, and it really does help having a nice environment around you as well. The third point is to just prepare yourself for triggers, because we all know that they're going to be there. So just make sure that you know they're going to be there and have a plan for how you're going to tackle them. And what you can do as a plan is just write down things that you'll do. Google them, look at other YouTube videos as well, and I'll give you some pointers here. But just write down kind of things you can do in those situations where you're getting triggered. So what you can do is you can pack up your stuff and just go to the gym. You don't need to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger-esque session, but just maybe even go there, go on the bike for 20 minutes, maybe go on the treadmill, do some light weights, have a 20-minute, 30-minute shower in the changing room afterwards, then even go for a long walk home on the way back. But that should really help as well. And like I say, walking's a great thing as well. Just drop everything you've got and go for a walk. And there's other little things that you'll find as well. Like what I found was I quite liked having a big meal if I was really wanting a beer. If I had a big meal and a dessert afterwards, the last thing on my mind was having a beer. So there's lots of other things. Like I say, research them, maybe think of stuff you enjoy doing, like going to the cinema, maybe spending time with an alcohol-free friend is also a winner. But there's loads of stuff out there you can do, but just make sure you have them at the ready when the triggers are happening, because they will happen, and they'll happen at the worst times, especially at the times where before you used to crack open a beer, maybe on a Friday night, for example, or on a Sunday when you're sitting at home not doing much. The fourth point I want to bring up is just about the importance about building up a kind of support system. And the support system can be various things. Ideally, you want somebody who's actually been on the journey before, somebody that you can phone and you're maybe just struggling a bit and have a good chat with them. They'll have been through what you're going through, and it is really reassuring to know that somebody else that you kind of know, respect and love has done the same thing as you, and they've got out on the positive path from it. But a support system can also be something like what I used to do is just watching YouTube videos. Every time I was maybe working during the day or I was cooking dinner, I would just stick on a YouTube video. I used to love listening to the guy Kevin O'Hara. He does Habits V2 Unplugged, I think it's called, and he's got probably a good couple of thousand videos there covering all topics, and I still love just putting them on, especially hearing all the benefits, reassuring yourself why you're doing it. Like I say, you don't only need to look at your own list of why you're quitting. It's great hearing other people who are in the same boat as you talking about how they're excelling at life. They've just graduated for the first time. They've just bought their new house. They've just paid off that car loan that they never thought they were going to pay off. And it just gives you that extra boost inside. Finally, I think it's just important to mentally going into it to just focus on the benefits. It's kind of linked to the first point where you're writing down the reason why, but just keep reminding yourself why you're doing this, and also remind yourself of all the negativity that it brings, because it's so easy to just think about all those good times. And that's why, and to me, it just proves that alcohol's a drug. All this crap it's put you through, like the hangovers, the anxiety, losing friends and arguing with people, and just all these disasters that come out of drinking alcohol. When you actually start thinking about alcohol after a few weeks, a few months, you're only picturing these amazing moments in your head, you know, the first beer at the pub, or, you know, that time you were on holiday on the sun lounger on the first day, or the plane over, or the airport where it was all great. But your mind's not thinking about that, those 3-4 days where you're spewing up and freaking out over nothing just for what, a night out? It's just not worth it. So, like I say, my last point is just focus on the benefits. Keep your mind in your head how good you feel at the moment. You know, look at your bank balance after a few months. Look at your savings account that you've just opened. You know, look in the mirror and just see, like, wow, like, look, all that puffiness is away. Like, I've not even got bags under my eyes anymore. Go and jump on the scales and think, oh my God, I'm 2 kilos down already, and I've not even really done much. You know, that's just because I'm not putting all these pints or wine or vodkas in my system. You know, it's really just truly remarkable. But just one kind of last point I'll raise as well is just try not to just get too overwhelmed. You know, there's just so many of us that go into this journey, and it is a big thing. You know, I'll never ever drink again. What's this impact going to have on my friends and my family? What am I going to do at New Year's Eve? What am I going to do at my mate's 21st or 40th or 70th party? I'm normally the person that hosts dinner parties every month. What's everyone going to think? Just don't overwhelm yourself. All you're doing is not putting alcohol in your mouth. It's as simple as that. This isn't some life-changing triple bypass operation that you're going to need. It's just, you're just choosing to not drink. And maybe a really good tip I have, if it is overwhelming you, then just tell everybody that you're going on a 30-day challenge. Maybe just kind of tell yourself, you know, 99.9%, 100% sure that I'm definitely going to do this. I'm going to stay off the booze. But just to ease the pressure, ease the peer pressure from friends, just start off with this 30-day challenge mentality. And when that goes well, change it into a 90-day, and then even tell everyone, you know what, you're going to do the full year. Because I think everybody's done a 30-day challenge at some point. They've done Sober January, Stoptober in October, and everyone's kind of done it. So maybe you'll actually, on the contrary, get some encouragement from people, because they'll say, oh wow, I did that before, I was great, I saved money, I was feeling great, I done well in work that month, I was up at 6 in the morning to do a jog every day, it was brilliant. So, you know, just, you know, you don't know how everyone else is going to react, so just don't overthink that at the moment. Like I say, if you're too overwhelmed about the thought of quitting forever, then just, you know, do a 30-day challenge, see how that goes, then change it into 90, change it into a year. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm releasing daily videos at the moment, daily posts, daily shorts. Hopefully they're helping you out, and it'd be really good if you could subscribe to the channel as well. Leave a like, a comment, even hype the channel. I believe that's a thing these days, although I'm not even sure with the size of my channel that you can hype it, but who knows. Anyway, take care, have a good day, and speak next time.